Who Cloned the President? Chapter 2. The Plan. A few minutes later, Casey's doorbell rang. She let Marshall in. "All right," he said. He threw himself onto the sofa. "Tell me why you think the president has been cloned." Casey sat in the chair by Marshall. "You don't believe me? Look." On the TV, President Thornton continued to sign papers. He's signing papers with his right hand. Marshall stared at Casey. "That means he was cloned?" "Maybe he hurt his left hand." "There's other stuff, Marsh," Casey said. She pointed to the TV just as the president stood up. He walked away without saying a word. "Don't you think that's weird?" asked Casey. "He didn't smile or shake hands or anything. He acts like I did when I had the flu." Casey glared at Marshall. "Having the flu wouldn't make him sign papers with his other hand," she said. "Something is wrong with him." Marshall glanced at the TV screen. The president was gone. Reporters were packing up to leave. "He did look a little different," Marshall admitted. "He looked different because it wasn't him," Casey said. "It was a clone." Marshall stared at Casey for a minute. "Okay," he finally said. "Let's say you're right. The President of the United States has been cloned. Who did it? Why? When?" Casey packed a backpack. She paced back and forth in front of the sofa. "I don't know. Don't try to confuse me," she said. "But that guy on TV didn't act the way our president acts." "I know, Marshall. I watch him every night." Casey kept packing. "You're making me dizzy," Marshall said. "Shh, I'm thinking," Casey said. She stopped. "Got it." Marshall slumped into the sofa pillows. "I don't think I want to hear this," he muttered. "Listen, I'll tell my mom I'm sleeping at your apartment tonight. You tell your parents you're sleeping here." "Why?" Casey shoved him toward the door. "I'll tell you later. Meet me downstairs in 5 minutes." "But what?" "And bring a jar of your spiders." Before Marshall could say another word, Casey slammed the door. Grinning, she ran to the kitchen. She wrote a note for her mom, then grabbed some snacks from the fridge. She charged into her bedroom and dumped the school stuff. She tossed in the snacks, a flashlight, her Swiss Army knife, and a tape recorder. At the last minute, she opened her bank and took out a fistful of money. She grabbed a jacket, said goodbye to her kittens, then let herself out of the apartment. Donald opened the elevator door. "Going out again, Casey?" "Me and Marshall are doing some research for our reports," she said. "It's not a total lie," thought Casey. She paced as she waited for Marshall in the lobby. When he showed up with his backpack, Casey dragged him outside. "Did you bring the spiders?" "Yeah." "But where are we going?" "To help the president. He needs us." Marshall stopped walking. "Casey, I've known you practically my whole life, but you're acting weird. Why does the president need 2 fourth graders?" The number 6 bus stopped. Casey dropped quarters into the box, then pulled Marshall into the seat. "I'm waiting," Marshall said. Casey glanced around her. The bus was nearly empty. "Okay, I think the guy on TV was a fake. Or a clone," Casey whispered. "If he is, what happened to the real president?" Before Marshall could open his mouth, Casey went on. "Marshall, the president is in danger, and we're going to save him." Marshall shook his head. I'm in my bed. I'm having a terrible nightmare. Casey opened her eyes innocently. All I want to do is help my country. Marshall stared glumly out the window. Another question, he said. We both lied about where we're sleeping tonight, so where are we really sleeping tonight? Casey grinned. In the White House. End of chapter 2.